And a good Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. I'm Chase McCabe. He's Big Joe Dubin. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. We have made it. It is Friday. We got a huge sports weekend coming your way this weekend. What's up, JoJo?
Chase, you sound like Barry White. I like.
Yep, that's what we're working with.
I like the baritone.
Yeah, I got a little baritone going. It's cold season, and that's what I'm fighting, and I've been powering through and all that stuff. And today I was like, you know what? You have the technical ability to just do this from home, and that's what I'm doing. So
didn't the $6 million man have that same? We have the technology.
We have the technology.
That was way before your time.
I'm Steve Austin.
Yeah, I know, but it was in the 70s, and you grew up on Full House and what other
Power Rangers.
And what's the other? Was there another household sitcom like
Family Matters?
Family Matter. Okay, all right. Like we had Growing Pains.
I know we're not supposed to admit this anymore, but Roseanne.
Oh yeah, hey, Roseanne was funny. I mean that show was with John Goodman when it came out in the late 80s, 90s. It was very, very funny. So yeah, man.
Yeah. So we're powering through after last night, our Metro Schools game of the week. You were there for a little bit. Between Stratford and East Nashville. And if I see another yellow flag on the field, I'm going to crawl in a closet.
Were there did Coach Bubba Spear, were there 16 in the first half?
20.
Oh man, 20 flags. Dr. Crane had a good time last night.
It was funny. One of the refs, they switched off the timing ref at half. And so the one that came up had been on the field, and I looked at him. I said, if y'all don't swallow that whistle in the second half, but they didn't. So
who won the game?
East Nashville won 42-16.
Wow.
So they pulled away at the end and it just, or well, not at the end. I mean, they pulled away, but it was one of those things where in high school football, you have a running clock, but they never got to that point. So it just drug on and on and on because it was penalty after penalty, and they didn't have the 40-second play clock going either. If they had that, there'd been even more, I think. So
yeah, I saw there was no play clock last time. Anyway, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was. And it was, look, the atmosphere was great. So it was, the bands were still playing against each other like 30 minutes after the game. So it was a lot of fun. We're going to cover a lot of ground today because I think, like a lot of you, we're tired of talking about the same thing when it comes to a crappy NFL team. I watched the end of that game last night. That was compelling. That was fun. And I don't think you're going to get that Sunday. And I think the crazy thing is even if the Titans win, how much do people really care at this point? Because they know the team's still bad. And I think ultimately everybody wants the coach fired.
Well, that's the thing is that there's almost zero chatter on the social media channels that people we talk to.
It's like they're shadow banned.
It's like they are. It's like they put stuff out there and nobody cares, and they try. They really try. But no, I mean, that's why I keep harping on the pulse of the city this week is Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Is Vanderbilt football. That's the pulse of the city because the Titans are so bad and it looks like there's no hope for them this year that people gravitate towards a winner. And right now, it's Vanderbilt. And I never thought I would say that in my lifetime, but here we are.
It's almost like we've gone full circle, Joe. Like where, it's before the Titans and the Predators got here, all you had was Vanderbilt and the Vols and that stuff. And now everybody's talking about Vanderbilt and the Vols because the Titans suck. And, the Preds are starting their season. And there's a little bit with the Preds I want to get into today. I haven't really talked about the Luke Evangelista stuff much, and I got a few things I want to get off my chest on that. So,
but as far as football goes,
that's
it. I mean, it's right. The train now is what we're talking about. Tennessee's off this week, and I mean, you look in ahead. I know we shouldn't do that, but I mean, it could be if Vanderbilt wins Saturday. There's this collision course in Knoxville in late November that nobody saw, nobody predicted, and my God. I'm here for every second of this.
Oh, I am too. Look, it's a childhood dream without really realizing it was a childhood dream, because it was just a dream. Like, I never thought it could get to that, but I have always wanted that game to mean even more. And if it meant like a playoff spot, or, even better, if it was, they both looked like they both were going to get into the playoffs, it just meant seeding or something like that could be even better. But a trip to Atlanta on the line. I mean, like, right now it could, man, there's a long way to go, but it could mean something. And I think that's really cool.
Oh, 100%, which leads into our question of the day. And we've got great response all week about this. Very simple. 615-737-1025. Who wins tomorrow? Vanderbilt, Alabama. We want your prediction. We want you to text us or call us, but tell us why. Don't just say 14-10 Alabama and that's it. We want to know your thoughts. We don't know why, because you guys are a lot smarter than we are. But let us know your prediction on the Vanderbilt-Alabama game tomorrow, because that's Chase I've talked about all week. What it does for Vanderbilt if they go down there and win is something uncharted territory like we just talked about. But we want to get your responses on who wins tomorrow. And I think, Chase, I looked at this. I think this is the second time that Vanderbilt has been involved in game day, meaning that they're on campus because Vanderbilt is part of the game. Now, the game day came here in 2008. Vanderbilt played Auburn. That was 2008. But in my research, which sometimes is really bad, I don't recall another time Vanderbilt was part of the game day discussion. Maybe there's one more. I don't think so.
I think you're right, because I don't think they've ever done like in Knoxville when they've played.
Nope. That's always been Auburn, Alabama, or Ohio State, Michigan. That's the end of the year.
Yeah. No, I think you may be right on that. And did I see Theo's going to be the picker?
Theo Vaughn's going to be the picker. Johnny Manziel's going to be on the sidelines. And it's funny, it's Manziel making the return to Bryant Denny, where in 2012 he just shook that entire stadium of 100,000 people of like, what the hell did we just see? And maybe that happens again tomorrow.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. 615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line. And of course, that is always driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. So I've been saying it all week, and the fan has been talking a lot, but you know what? The fan's going to win on this, because why not? Why can't they go down there and win? They're not same old. This is not the same old Vandy. This is not the Vanderbilt that my dad and grandfather cheered for, and I've cheered for a good chunk of my life. This is a different team. They're a different mindset. They got our head coach that has lived all this, and he believes, and they believe in him, and they got a quarterback like they have never seen before. They, like an athlete with the persona and everything that can talk it and walk it that they have never had on that campus. So why can't they go down there and win?
Here is what former SEC head coach Will Muschamp told you and me on Tuesday about Vanderbilt and experience.
Well, Vanderbilt's a much better team this year than they were even a year ago. They've got depth on the roster. They have 45 seniors or graduates on his team. They got an elder team. They have a very mature team. They went to two very difficult places to play, Virginia Tech and South Carolina, at night, and dominated both of those games. So, again, I just be us. That'd be my message. Let's just be who we are. We don't need anything more than that.
There you go. The experience. I mean, you talk about that, Chase. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is a different Vanderbilt football team. And when Muschamp's talking about the experience and veteran-led and an elder team, these guys have been through the fire. So something's going to happen. This is not the same old Vanderbilt, because so many guys have come in here and they don't care what happened in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They just care about what's happening now, and they can shock the college football world tomorrow by winning.
So you want to score? Here you go. Vanderbilt wins 42-38 in Tuscaloosa.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, my goodness.
Did Dr. Crane jump through the ceiling?
Almost. He can't stop laughing back there. He can't. I do think it's a high-scoring game. I think it's up and down the field. I think it goes to overtime, and I think Alabama gets it 37-34. But look, I'm always wrong. So Vandy fans, you're good. You want me to predict Alabama winning 37-34 in overtime.
Yep. But you know what? You're going to be wrong. Why is that playing?
I like this text from 9926. Delusional Vandy fans think they have a shot at the playoffs. You're 5-0. You have a chance tomorrow to go 6-0 and knock off Alabama.
Okay, but read the previous text. 9926 is an anti-Vanderbilt, and that's clear.
True.
That's clear, and that's fine. You're allowed to be that way.
Yeah.
Are you a Vol fan? That's fine. I wouldn't want you to go for Vanderbilt. We don't need you, so that's fine. Text in on Monday when you're wrong, and look, if I'm wrong, I'll admit I was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean that's how this works. Let's see. 89540 says, I have a problem with everyone's stance on the Vandy Alabama game. Nobody wants to say they think Vandy is going to go to Alabama and beat them because they are scared they will look dumb. But the reality is that a lot of us are truly thinking that Vandy is the better team and they're going to go win. I appreciate guys calling it out, but I can hear the apprehension in your voice. It's a spot. Look, you're not. It's because we haven't seen this before, but it's just because it's like you've allowed yourself for so long to get excited and believe, and then you get let down. It's like being a Titans fan too. I mean, it just that's what it is. But I'm with as the week goes on. I feel like they have a chance to go down there and win. They got to do everything right. Like they can't have mistakes. Otherwise, Bama's going to take advantage of that. But I mean, who would you rather have right now, Ty Simpson or Diego Pavia?
Oh, that's close. Tim Simpson's playing really well now. Pavia,
they both are.
Yeah, here's my thing, though. I tell you all the time, this is what Vandy fans now have learned this, which is good. You confirm arrivals, don't announce moves, right?
Yeah,
so just shut your mouth. You're doing fine. You when they win, that's the apprehension there. 9540. That's the apprehension because Chase is correct. We've seen this before. You let down. Just confirm the arrival tomorrow at 6:00. The game's over. You win. I expect you guys to be loud. I expect you to be obnoxious because you deserve the right to be obnoxious if they win.
Well, we're going to confirm the arrivals of a U.S. Cup championship because Nashville SC head coach BJ Callaghan is going to join us coming up next. And we'll get more into our question of the day and Vanderbilt later on in the show. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Friday, and very excited about our next guest, the head coach of Nashville SC, the U.S. Open Cup champions. Coach, congratulations. How you doing?
Great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
I want to start with this. You know, coaches don't like to do this. It's all about the team, and I understand that. But how special is this for you to win this trophy and to help bring the first trophy to Nashville SC?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a sense of tremendous pride. The U.S. Open Cup trophy is the oldest trophy that you can win in American soccer. And I think, you know, obviously more importantly, to be able to do it here in Nashville, to bring Nashville its first ever trophy, it's a real big honor and a testament to sort of all the hard work that's been put in here for 8+ years by a lot of people, and more recently the players, this group that committed to wanting to win this trophy this year.
It's a little bit different because you guys win this on Wednesday, you celebrate, but then you got to turn around and continue the MLS season tomorrow, so you don't really have that time to enjoy it. Can you use this though as a jumping off point, knowing you're going into the playoffs to kind of help with a little momentum, or do you try and separate the two completely?
No, I think, you know, there's limited times in your careers that you can celebrate things. So you want to certainly celebrate and you want to build on those positives. It's been a really, you know, I would say successful MLS season as well. We've put in a lot of good performances, and yeah, we're just going to try to build on that momentum. You're right. It's short rest. There was a lot of celebration on Wednesday night and a lot of recovery on Thursday and today. But I think when the whistle blows, you know, Saturday afternoon in Montreal, the guys will be ready.
BJ Callaghan is with us here on the Chase and Big Joe show. BJ, goalkeeper Brian Schwake had a really incredible form throughout the U.S. Open Cup run. Just not trying to go too much into the future, but it seems since you've been with Nashville, you've kind of ripped off the Band-Aid, including younger players into that starting lineup. It just, what are you trying to, I guess, get towards with that for the future? Is it more of a younger movement, incorporating the veterans at that point, or are you just trying to go full youth movement going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think we've been very intentional from the outset in the beginning of the year to, you know, sign and you know, recruit younger players into the team. And then when you do that, you have to give them opportunities to play. Like, you know, they only get better and you can only see what they do when they get the chance to play. And so, you know, Brian's a great example of that. And throughout the whole, I would say, Open Cup process, we used second team players from Huntsville. We used young first team players. And so it was just really, you could see across the board the depth that we're building here at Nashville. And I would say when you look forward, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build as much depth as possible. And, you know, this is sort of step one or year one of this Nashville 2.0 that we're looking to build.
And looking back from the end of July when you guys took on San Diego and then going into August, you had I'd say a slow start to August, only one win that whole entire month. What did you learn in that stretch of games going into the semifinals in September against Philadelphia for the U.S. Open Cup run? What did you learn out of your team when it came to adversity?
Yeah, I mean, it's right. You know, after that San Diego game, we kind of had a little bit of a dip in form. It was actually really interesting as we evaluated the group. We thought our performances were pretty good. It was just we weren't getting the results that we wanted. And so what we learned was, you know, in adversity or times where, you know, you got to sort of double down on what you believe in, what you do well, and stick together. And for us, that's kind of what we did. We tried to simplify the messages. You know, just kind of focus on what we do well, and work hard at it.
Coach, I'm not sure in the aftermath, did you see any pictures from the watch party happening here in Nashville Wednesday night? Massive crowd. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously post-match, I was able to sort of take some of that in. And, you know, again, I think it just speaks volumes of the support that we get from our fans. You know, I would also shout out to the fans that traveled to Austin. there was like 3 or 4 sections inside the stadium, not just your typical one away fan section. So great support there. Obviously the support that we had at Geodis was really awesome. Hoping that a lot of people show up on Sunday when we have the event. And, you know, I think it's just a testament to this club being a reflection of the city and the team that we want to be, the team that we are, and the way that we want to play is also, you know, a reflection of the city. And, you know, I think that's why we get so much support, because the people see themselves in us. I
love it. Tell me what it's like to shut up an away crowd, a home crowd when you're on the road. That's got to be a great feeling, just to quiet Wednesday night when you shut Austin up, that had to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I mean, playing finals, unfortunately in our sport, we still have to sort of play finals, at away stadiums to make sure that we get the crowd. So, it makes it a little bit more of a challenge, but I would also say there's definitely a level of satisfaction winning away. You're not going to hide from that. And so to even, to overcome that little extra percentage to win the trophy makes it that much more special.
BJ Callaghan is with us, Nashville SC head coach. There are several guys on your roster that have basically been here since the beginning, but I want to ask you about one in particular, Taylor Washington, who goes back to the USL days with this team. I know he's not an every night guy, but what does he mean to your club and what he's been able to help with?
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's, I call Taylor like a culture glue guy, right? So as there's new guys that come into the club, there's new faces, myself included being new. He's able to tell the story of the club. And that's so important, for people to understand where the club has come from, where the club is now, and where the club wants to go. And having somebody through that, sort of that constant thread is so important. And not to mention how hard he works, on and off the field, his involvement in the community. When we talk about this team being a representation of the city, like Taylor is the city. and for us to allow him to have a trophy, while his time here in Nashville brings us a ton of pride.
Now, how much do you pay attention to table watching as you look at where the points are and, what you need to do and what other teams need to do to improve your position? Or is it truly the coach speak of, hey, we got to take it one game at a time and take our business?
I mean, at this point, we don't really watch the table because we know we just want to win the games. And
right.
So that's, I guess if there's more games available or stuff like that, but with 2 games remaining in the season, the focus is crystal clear. Go and win the games.
BJ, now that you guys have one competition out of your, I guess, in your rearview mirror at this point, how much easier is it for you as a coach to kind of put out the lineup on a week-to-week basis? Because obviously going through the season, you have to kind of manage certain people's legs throughout the year to say if they're ready for US Open Cup game here, a league game here. How much easier is that for you going forward? And is there a different mindset to that now?
Of course, when you don't have schedule congestion, things are always, going to be a little bit more straightforward. I think what this allows us to do now is create good competition inside the group for the final phase of the season. And allows us to make sure that we have as many healthy, fresh bodies as possible to go in the final part of the season. And I think, with that, in terms of health and competition, you're going to see the best of each person come out.
He is BJ Callaghan, head coach of Nashville SC. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time today to do this. Congratulations again, and good luck against Montreal.
Great. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great weekend.
Absolutely. BJ Callaghan joining us here on the program. And again, they have a couple of more games as they will take on Montreal tomorrow, and then Miami, some guy named Leo Messi coming to town on October 18th.
What's happening?
That's going to be a wild weekend.
Sunday. What did he say Sunday, Dr. Crane?
That is the championship. They're bringing home the championship cup to go around Jodas Park. It's a little party. It's a little celebration.
Nice.
Oh, what time's the party?
I believe it's 5:30.
Oh, by then the Titans will be down 45-0. So
exactly.
We'll have plenty of time to go out there.
Hang on, 5:30? That's 2 hours into the game. Might be 60.
Are we all invited?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there at 4:30. I'm just going to leave at halftime. I know they're going to be down 85-0.
Why? I'm just now hearing about this on Sunday. I like this. I like championship parties.
I RSVP'd like right after the game was over
because we don't have a lot of those around here. What's the last party we had, Chase?
For a championship?
Well, just a big, huge party. Sorry.
Hey, look, Cam Ward has said we asked. We're allowed to say it now, okay?
I know the Preds celebration in 2017 was great. I mean, even though they didn't win the Stanley Cup, all that was still great, but we've done nothing for the Titans. I know the team won. The draft was good.
I mean, the draft.
But that's not a team thing. I want a team thing.
Would you include Pancake Pantry for us?
What's that?
Pancake Pantry. We all went together.
Well, we did do that. Yeah. We had a good night.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, I guess the President's Trophy, but the Titans went to the AFC Championship game, but they didn't win.
Yeah, and there was not really a well done, guys. After there was nothing You know,
I mean,
after
well, it's not a championship, but last year when Vandy beat Alabama, I mean, that's the biggest celebration that I think we've had in a while.
Well, maybe my question was better if I say a planned celebration. Like this is all planned on Sunday, and I think it's great. I think it should be packed over there. I really, I mean, it's Dr. Crane. Damn, it's turned me into a little bit of a soccer fan here. Nashville pride, baby, right?
Yeah. No, look, it's like we said yesterday. I think it is a huge accomplishment. I'd love to see them now. Dr. Crane, has a team ever won the U.S. Open Cup and the MLS in the same year?
Ooh, good question.
I believe so. I know that they call it a double, so it's like either you win not the U.S. Open Cup, but say like the Leagues Cup and the MLS Championship. That'd be considered 2 championships. BJ Callaghan actually would be the 3rd head coach in MLS history to do that.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Love it, man.
So I'd have to go back and look at the actual data for that. I believe there's probably about 2 coaches that have done that. I think one of them is Bob Bradley, and the other one is with LAFC back in 2022. I'll double check for you.
I like him. I got a good feeling about him. You know, like he's come in here, and it's like I said the other day, I think Gary Smith was the perfect guy to start this. And he had championship pedigree. The players liked him. He was great to deal with. I enjoyed dealing with Gary, but it got to a point where it had hit the ceiling. And so you bring in a guy that can kind of change it up, make it more offensive, less defensive. And that's what they need to do. It was almost like when the Predators went from Barry Trotz to Peter Laviolette, that was a necessary change for them to make. So
plus, what are the odds that 2 of the pro teams in town, the coach's last name is Callaghan? I mean, it's just really weird.
One wins, one doesn't.
Right? It's just the whole thing. I mean, when they announce him, is his first name Brian?
Brian Joseph. That's what BJ stands for.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Come on. I mean,
just different.
Right?
Last name spelled different.
Oh, I love it, man. That's good.
615-737-1025. And thank you to Nashville SC for setting that up. Or thank you, Dr. Crane, for setting that up through Nashville SC. But appreciate BJ for joining us. We'll get back into some Vanderbilt discussion because a lot of you had weighed in on this on our text line. 615-737-1025. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Friday. Joe, I just saw something interesting on Twitter, and thank you to Connor Newt for sending it to me. But the Lane train has rolled into the Hill, better known as Franklin Road Academy. Lane Kiffin is on campus at FRA.
I think they have maybe one of the top recruits in the country. I think he's a junior, though.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah,
is what I'm now being told.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, again, that's what we talked about for the last 20 years. So many people have moved to Nashville, and with that, families, the talent level in high school football gets better and better and better. You know, even it's better than it was 20 years ago. I'm not, when I was here 30, 40 years ago, it was nothing compared to what it is now. Nothing. And there's a lot of these coaches that come to town, and our buddy Tim Hasselbeck said, the amount of college coaches have come and sat in his office and talked about players. And I've talked to other coaches around Middle Tennessee, the same thing. That never happened before. So you love it. I love it. Dr. Crane loves it because we love high school football, and we love these kids who get out there and play hard on Thursday and Friday nights, getting this reward and going to college. It's a great thing.
Omari Sanders is who you're talking about.
That would be it.
Yep. He is he's only a junior too.
Yeah.
Plays both ways, 6'4", 200.
I think he's a safety, maybe.
He plays free safety and wide receiver.
Crack your skull, man.
Yeah.
Good on that.
Here's what's funny, real quick.
Yeah.
Just about how the game has changed. When I went to FRA, we had some guys that we would look at and be like, man, that's a hell of an athlete, but knew he had no shot to play on Saturdays at a big school. That's just the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's really cool for me to see these kids that, we didn't have that.
Right.
Where was he?
Yeah, exactly. What's funny is that you look at these kids like Theo Jackson, who's now with the Vikings, signed another big contract with them at Overton. I knew he was good, but at the time I'm like, all right, he might be able to play on Saturday, maybe, and Knoxville here and there. But the fact that he got the opportunity and exploded, and now he's, the Titans drafted him and cut him.
Yeah.
And now he's kicking ass with the Vikings. I love stories like that. I don't love the fact that he got cut by the Titans. I love the fact that he got the opportunity to prove himself.
Still in the league.
Yeah. Ty Chandler did the
Jordan
same
Mason.
thing. All these guys, right, who grew up here. The center for Tampa Bay is Graham Barton, played at Ravenwood, went to Duke. He's a starting center for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the opportunity. So all these kids here in Metro and Middle Tennessee going to the next level, man, I love it. We talk to these coaches, we see these coaches, and these kids get to the next level, and we remember, oh man, remember that game versus Wilson Central, that game versus Fairview, whatever. We know these kids, and they don't know us, which is fine, but it's kind of cool to celebrate their success and see what they're doing on Saturdays.
Well, I've told you the story of Dan McGugan's first year at FRA. I was, the manager of the team. We go and do a scrimmage with Jeff Brothers and JP2. And by the way, Jeff Brothers will be on with me and Coach Bubba tomorrow on Greg Pogue's Prep Football Talk. I'm filling in for Greg at 9 o'clock on 94.9 The Fan. He's our legend of the week. But anyway, we went and did a preseason joint practice scrimmage thing. And Coach, I'm like, they got any good players? And Coach said, I want you to watch number 3 the whole practice. First play, this kid just burns everybody and takes off 70 yards to the end zone. And I just look at Coach and go, yeah, I think he's pretty good. It was Golden.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's exact right there. Bingo.
And that was the first time that I can say, and you know how this works. You see a kid that it's like men amongst boys. It's like watching an NFL player, that kind of comparison. And it's I saw that firsthand with Golden Tate, and I was like, holy crap.
And that's a great example. Jalen Hurd on Friday nights, right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God.
Jalen Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
And on. And so those weren't around 30 years ago. Those type of players weren't around. So more that people have moved to town, the coaching's better, working out's better, the nutrition's better, and these guys realize what they're capable of doing. The fact that you go to, when I went and got a scholarship, the fact that my mom didn't pay anything out of pocket was, I mean, I tears, right?
Yeah.
So these kids now, when you get the education, I know it's about the money. I understand all that, but the bottom line, you're able to advance yourself and do better and do good things because of that opportunity you got. Never lose sight of that. So this young man at FRA, good for him, man. There's all the accolades, all the coaches come to see him and go to the next level, get the education and make it happen. And the world, I'm telling you, the world is yours.
Well, and you'll be proud of me too, because like when I was talking to somebody and Jordan Mason came up, and the only thing I said about him was he went to Gallatin. He's a Middle Tennessee boy. We claim him. He was the best. So
yeah, I mean that's exactly.
He's a great guy. It doesn't really.
We're proud of him. We're proud of him there. So that's it. You got the examples of all around. So these coaches come to town. I mean, I think Coach Creasy at Oakland told me, he's like, he named off all like Dan Lanning and Saban and Brian Kelly at Notre Dame and Brian just roll through Middle Tennessee. And it's really, really cool. I'll tell you a funny story real quick about Nick Saban was recruiting Dante Hightower down in Marshall County. And I don't know if Saban got reported for this or not, but it was like 2007 or right in there, right when he got to Alabama. They were doing spring practice, and you had to like, hey, I'm coming to the school. I'm going to talk to the kid, whatever. Evidently, Saban rolls up. I was told by himself, pulls up down there in Marshall County, Lewisburg, gets out in the middle of practice, walks up to the head coach, says, hey, I'd like to talk to Dante Hightower. And they're like, oh, yeah. And Hightower comes over and talks to Saban for a little bit, and Saban gets his car and drives off. I mean, so that's just funny. That's just the thing of like these coaches, man. They know where the talent is. They know where to look and where to go. And Middle Tennessee has become that destination for a lot of these college coaches to come down and recruit. Our buddy, Coach Wells at Eastern Kentucky, he's down in – I'm meeting up with one of the assistant coaches tonight. They come down and recruit this area because there's so much good high school football talent in Middle Tennessee. Guys you'll be seeing on Saturday at the Division I level, at the Division II level, FBS, FCS, it doesn't matter. They're getting to play on Saturdays, and that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and like you and I went with Ricky to that BS satellite camp that Jim Harbaugh had at Oakland for was that Jacoby Stevens?
It was 2015 or 16.
Yeah, and when Creasy hadn't been there very long, I think
it was maybe his first or second year that was there.
Yeah,
yep,
something like that. But I remember like sitting there watching Harbaugh, and he's got all these kids out there, and I'm like, he cares about one, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. But there was like 27 other schools that were there.
Yeah.
So I was like, good for these kids. Anytime you can get on their radar and do it one part. Here, for example, I talked to a college volleyball coach a couple years ago, and I said, God, that must be because your season's in the fall, their season's in the fall. How do you get time to recruit? And they're like, we don't go to high schools. I'm like, well, how do you recruit? Like, all the summer league, all the AAU volleyball teams, we go there because they're all there at one time. We could see the elite players and the next level down from that all in one spot. We don't have the budget to go to all these schools. So that's the Harbaugh thing was great because a lot of these kids don't get the opportunity. A lot of these coaches don't get the opportunity to see these kids. So all being at one spot was a beautiful thing. We could bang on Harbaugh all day long because, yeah, he was aloof. He was distant. He was kind of rude to us. That's fine.
He's aloof. He's distant.
Yeah, right. Remember, it was 1,000 degrees. Remember what jersey he wore?
No.
He wore Delaney Walker jersey.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Was Delaney there?
No, Delaney played for him in San Francisco.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it was 1,000,000,000 degrees, and he was sweating like. Remember, we interviewed him. He sweated like a pig.
Yeah, he had the khakis on.
Yeah, and we're like, "How's it go?" Yeah, we're good. It's fine. Feels good out here. And he had sweat just pouring off his face. But anyway, that was great because all these kids got to be on a radar for all these colleges. Yep. And so I know I'm just really grateful that we were part of that day. We saw that day, and these kids get an opportunity to go to the next level.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see. And I'm just glad that, Middle Tennessee has become such a hotbed. One more quick story. I will never forget. We're doing the Game Blitz, and this is probably the first or second year. I think it was the second year. And Austin Stanley, who's now with A to Z Sports, was out at, I want to say, Brentwood Academy. And he calls in to do a report, and he goes, hey, do you guys want Butch Jones? And we're all like,
yes,
we're all
like,
right. Yeah. And like, we couldn't really ask him what he was doing. but you asked him about recruiting Middle Tennessee in general, and he gave a really good answer. But we had him on for like 2 minutes. Austin just handed him the phone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I know that Parker and Connor are doing the game blitz tonight. If you're a college coach around, call in and talk. You don't talk about specific players, but that was huge. And so many people heard that interview with Butch Jones. He's not stupid. He can't coach, but he's not stupid to call in and say, hey, I'm here. And we got a lot of people listening on Friday night. It was good for him. And so that's a great outlet for a coach to do that and be seen. I remember James Franklin would fly the helicopter around and make that grand entrance that would do that. But it's a big deal. And high school football here is never going to be on par as it is in Ohio, Florida, Texas. I understand all that, but it's on the radar, man. And these coaches are making it now a destination to come here. And I as much as we love high school football and these coaches and these kids and these communities, it's a beautiful thing. Last night at East Nashville and Stratford, watching all the people come to that football game last night, packed, was great. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I'll tell you the funniest thing was they announced at the concession stand they had pork shoulder and catfish, and the line to get catfish, I mean, Dr. Crane tried, was like 60 deep.
It was. Yeah. And luckily enough, as I was walking out, I saw Coach Law and I said, hey, tough loss, unfortunate. Hey, next week, want to know, you got this. His wife, Christy, stopped me and goes, hey, how would you like some pork shoulder? I was like, well, thank you. So she gave me 2 hot dogs and a pork shoulder, and I left.
Here's the funny thing. I was right behind Dr. Crane when that happened, and I was like, hey, Nick, and he ran. Like, he wasn't going to share. He just ran for me.
See, here's a bigger story here. You were just being nice.
You're being
and look at the reward you got. Look at the reward you got for being nice.
How was it? Was it good?
It was pretty good. I'm a sucker for a hot dog on a grill. I mean, the grill marks on a hot dog are incredible. The pork shoulder, though, I only ate a little bit of it because today after work, I'm going to make some barbecue nachos.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
Why do you do this to me at 12:45?
Joe, you both know me well enough. All I think about is food 99% of the day.
I know.
That 1% is me focused on work here.
This is why when Joe or I win the Powerball, we're going to invest so you can just open restaurants.
Yes, that's it.
That's what we're going to do.
That's all we're going to do is sit there and be proud owners of proud co-owners.
Yes,
of
we're going to be your top investors, and we're going to give Nani whatever she wants, and then you get the restaurants.
Well, thank you. And whenever the restaurants are full, there's always going to be one booth that has one light on the middle of the table. It's going to have Chase and Joe's picture on it, which is their booth.
And that's where we'll sit down and we'll go, why do you do this to me?
Now you're making me cry. And you know how hungry I am because
you've disappointed me. You've disappointed the family.
Because I'm on that stupid type 2 diabetes medicine because my A1C is higher than Willie Nelson. So I'm hungry like all the time, but I can't eat. So, but thank you. Your food is mwah!
Yes, it is.
Good.
All right, more coming. We have gone down rabbit holes and everything. More coming here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. Dr. Crane, I love your taste in music. Very good. Well,
Thank you,
Kenny
sir.
Rogers bringing us back here on this Friday. Back to the text line. Dustin in Hopkinsville wants you to know, Joe, I just had a chimichanga lime margarita on the rocks, and now he has to pee. So,
Oh, okay. A chimichanga what?
in a lime margarita.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a chimichanga lime margarita. I'm like, how the hell does that go together? Okay, I get it now. Yes. All right. Well, good. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks for listening, Dustin, up there. Appreciate you. In Hot Town.
Yes, in Hoptown for sure. Hair Metal Henry said, didn't they have a parade down 2nd Avenue after the Titans lost the Super Bowl? They did. And back then I didn't have a problem with it because we didn't know what any of that was like. Now I would have a problem with that, but that's okay.
And I think they would too. And I think but that was all brand new. And I think that was maybe the last kind of planned parade celebration for something in this town, which is good.
Didn't the Predators take down their regular season championship banner? I think I heard that.
I don't know, but there was not a parade for winning the President's Cup. But
trophy.
I'll tell people all day long how magical 2017 was, that playoff run.
Yeah,
we had never experienced that. The city lost its freaking mind. Hundreds of thousands of people are downtown at those games and the watch parties. And when we tell people we want that back, that's what we want back. That's why we love the Predators, because what they brought to the city at that time. And they can do it again. I mean, it can happen. I don't know what's going to happen again, but if it happens again, we got to experience that. And it was amazing. And that's why we want this team to be so good with the Predators, because we know how the city can come together. Same with the Titans. Same thing. But look, with the Titans, when you playoff run, it's for a few days. There's one game, you're gone. A playoff watch party with the Predators, what happened in 2017, is something I will never, ever forget.
Yeah,
because how much fun it was.
Oh, I won't either, because like that whole run, and I didn't even travel with them that year, but I was exhausted and I didn't play. Like I got to the end of that when the cup final was over and it all settled down and everything. And I just remember like literally walking into my bedroom and just falling into the bed. And I think I slept for 5 days.
Yeah, that's what it was. But it was so much fun.
Yeah. And
the celebration for Nashville SC. Look, I know it's not the MLS Cup. I know that. But the more I read about this, what cup? The U.S. Cup?
The U.S. Open Cup.
U.S. Open Cup. It's kind of a big deal, you know? So
it's the oldest cup in the United States.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah.
Are we sure? I mean, don't we have some of George Washington's cup somewhere?
Probably.
Wouldn't that be older?
Oh, George Washington, when he would just throw you into the wall on the ice.
His teeth are still around. Do you know that?
He was tough.
Yeah, they were wooden.
Mahogany.
Never told a lie. You ever read about the George Washington God complex? Fascinating. No. How he should have been killed about 55 times. He never was. I'm telling you, it is. You should look into it. Google it and read into it. It's like,
is it one of those like rabbit holes you go down?
But it's all like factual. For people can weigh in and let me know that read this, but it's like divine intervention that he did not die and was selected as the founder of America. I'm not telling you, man. It is some good material. Like I like this crossing the Delaware. They should have been destroyed by the British Army.
Yeah.
And like a cannonball missed his head by like an inch. I mean, all these things, all these crazy stories, how George Washington survived those, become the leader of America. All right. If you're bored, look into it. It's better when you take gummies and read this. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, isn't everything better?
I think so, right? Even the Titans can be a little bit better with that. Come on, man.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's one of those things. You just sit down and look into it and go. So yeah, see what we devolved into. I mean, it from the U.S. Open Cup to George Washington, divine intervention for.
Well, here's the thing. Let's just say for a second the Titans go on like a 4-0 run.
Yes.
I don't think we would know what to do. We'd be like, the Titans, well, they won again. That was cool. What do we do?
Well, it's like somebody wrote in the day. It's like, are you going to be there when they win games? Well, of course we are.
Yeah.
We are rooting for that football team to win a Super Bowl. be nothing better for this city for your NFL team to win a Super Bowl. We'd love for them to win. And if they win on Sunday, we'll come on this air on Monday and talk all the accolades of how they got it done.
Yeah,
absolutely we will.
But I just think a majority of our listeners don't want to hear, well, they lost 26-0, but gosh darn it, didn't they try?
I mean, how had they? I mean, they did play hard on a few things, and that kicker, he missed two field goals. I said, we're coming back to you, buddy. Today's your day. Today's your day to do this. No, I'd like them to go out to Arizona, kick their ass, come back, have some confidence, and go on. Do I want the Titans to trade Jeffrey Simmons? No. I want them to win games and have Jeffrey Simmons be that cog of the football team that turns it around.
Yeah.
We all would love this. Every show in this city on Sports Talk Radio would love that. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I'd love for it to do, but like how's my therapist told me, Chase, I can't want it more than you.
Yep. And the Titans have to want it more.
Mm-hmm.
You know who does want it? That is Christopher Dwayne Sanders. He's going to join us coming up next here on the program. We'll talk to Chris about the Titans on the other side. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Friday. Hope you're having a great day so far. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier behind the glass as well. JC Latham, Mike Brown, Blake Hansen, Bryce Oliver are out for the Titans. Calvin Ridley is going to be listed as questionable. So that's what we have right now for the injury report. Teron Davenport saying that Ridley did return to practice today after missing Wednesday and Thursday. And then Latham and Oliver were on the side field. Hansen and Mike Brown weren't out there at all. So they'll be without some key players. Brian Callaghan on Tajay Spears said he worked really well the last couple of weeks to get ready. I had a good week of practice. I'm excited for when we can get him back out there.
Yay.
I don't know if that's Sunday or what that means.
Calvin Ridley's the first player on Titans history that his injury report is the same as his ability to catch passes. Very questionable if he can catch a pass over the middle.
So
it's funny because it's true.
I wonder. So Oliver is out. Ridley is questionable. So could that mean JoJo?
Oh my gosh. Call him up.
Let's look. Let's see. So right now you have Io Manor, DK, Jefferson, Lockett. Those are your healthy guys. That's 4. Those are the healthy receivers. Ridley's questionable. Oliver's out. My guess is they will call up a receiver. So that's either going to be the Strep, James Prochet, or Mason Kinsey. Call
up the Strep. Look, DK, say, look, man, you're going to be the last receiver. You just worry about returns. You worry about returns. Let's bring up a Strepo. I mean, I'm telling you, man, he explodes. We've wanted this for weeks now. Let's have this happen. Let's have this happen. Can it get any worse? Right? Let's have this happen. Call up Xavier Restrepo. Let him work some magic on Sunday. And why not?
Yeah. All right, look, I'm at this point, I don't care. Try anything. Whatever works. I don't care. I mean, like, it can't get any worse.
Yeah. Do it. I want to see him play. Why not? God, if he gets in the game Sunday and scores a touchdown and
could you imagine
they win, I will be uncontrollable on Monday on this show.
Let's bring in Chris Sanders. We'll ask him. He joins us now here on the program. So, Chris, we were just talking about that Bryce Oliver is officially out. Calvin Ridley is questionable. So there are 4 healthy wide receivers. Big Joe is on the call up Xavier Restrepo train like no other. What say you?
I mean, they need a spark on this offense. He's not going to beat you deep or do some things like that. He'll keep the chains moving. But, with the situation that's going on, I mean, in my opinion, I know this sounds kind of crazy. I don't think Restrepo is going to really do anything.
Hang up on this fool, will you?
What is he going to do? He's going to get, 2 first downs?
It's it's better than dropping a pass over the middle like Ridley.
100%. But I agree with you on that. But man, I'm gonna get 2 first downs and move the chains out. 3 catches for 7 yards?
I'll take it. Because I know he's busting his ass. I'll take it.
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, that's a great answer, man. I agree with you 100%.
What do you want to see now that that Cam has played his worst game, and that was last week. He was very outspoken after the game, which I personally don't have a problem with. With what he said, I want a quarterback and a leader on my team that's going to be honest. I know some have had a problem with it. Jeffrey Simmons gave him advice and all these things. Now, what does the response need to look like?
I want to see growth. I mean, I want to see growth of just having good interviews and everything. I want to see growth of, leading this team to getting some points. Because you look at last week, it wasn't just the offensive line. It wasn't just the secondary. It wasn't just other guys. It was him making some plays and some throws that he shouldn't have made. So I just want to see growth as understanding the defense and really leading this offense and making plays like he's capable of making. Because at the end of the day, we can have all the great quotes. We can yell at everybody, that they're not doing their job. But at the end of the day, you're the quarterback. You're the guy that needs to lead the offense to get some points, and it relies on you.
I like it. I also like this song for you. Here we go, Chris.
Oh, baby, you send me. That's the jam.
Right? We're just going to ease into this segment. We're going to ease into feeling good about things, put you in a good mood, right?
Absolutely. Dude, that's one of my favorite songs, PM Dawn.
That's right.
Man.
I see you
That's the jam.
bouncing around Columbus doing that song.
Champ, I had the MC Hammer pants on, and my gear was absolutely awful.
Listen, this football team now, you head into an 0-4, you go out to Arizona. We talked last week about one certain receiver had a pretty good coming out party in 1997 named Chris Sanders out in there. You had a hell of a game versus the Cardinals one day on the road out there.
That was Dwayne.
Wow. That was Dwayne.
Right. Yeah. So why can't – I mean, look, you guys went out there. Nobody thought you were going to win that game.
Absolutely.
I mean, why can't they win this game on Sunday? I know the obvious about play calling and yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
But at some point, you're going to win a game.
Yeah, but see, here's the deal. Your stars have to shine. They have to. Calvin is a star. Jeffrey Simmons is a star. Some other guys are stars. They're just not showing up. And if you don't have your stars not making plays, you're not going to win ball games. Because if you look at the league around, there's a guy on offense, there's a guy on defense that that's going to make plays. You look at the Tennessee Titans, offense right now and defense, you have some guys that potentially can make plays, but they're just not making plays. And that's why you're sitting in a situation to where they're 0-4. I mean, it breaks my heart because you went on the offseason, you went and bolstered your offensive line, you got Calvin Ridley, you went and got some young wide receivers. I just don't understand why these guys are not making plays. So if their stars can shine in this game, like Calvin Ridley, Jeffrey Simmons, and I don't know if Sweat's playing, but if those stars can start to play, then maybe you can turn this thing around.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I brought it up to you when you did the pregame show last Sunday about your game out in Arizona.
Oh,
Friends
man.
out in the audience, and we love Chris Sanders. I'm not telling you this because you're on the show with us. But that catch you made in Arizona, when you had to turn back, when the sun was blazing, and you caught that 50-yard, 60-yard bomb from McNair, one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Was Coach Mack the coach of the Cardinals at the time?
He was not. No,
Okay.
he was not.
No, but yeah, it was actually, it's called a twist, or not a twist. It was both go routes, but it was kind of like, it's called switch, to where the number one wide receiver goes in and I go out, and the guy that was covering me was Aeneas Williams. And as Aeneas Williams is covering me, I knew he was a little older, so I knew I could run by him. But Mac threw a phenomenal pass just right in the breadbasket. And it's funny because when you talk about the sun, I actually couldn't even see where the ball was until it actually was in my hands. So it was a great play by Steve McNair.
What year was that?
97.
90. Dang, that is
Coach Mack was the defensive coordinator.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Who was the head coach on that team? Was it Buddy Ryan?
Let's see. This was
Mike Munchak.
97.
Hang on. Ask your next question.
Okay, but I'll do that. No, but I'm telling you. But
Yes.
look, you got an opportunity, and you proved it, and you didn't let him down, and you gave it. So that's my thing with like calling
Vince Tobin,
the former Bears coach. Yeah. So look, that's the thing, is that the opportunity presents itself there. When you get the opportunity, take advantage of it. You got to do that to win games, and if everybody's on the same page and things are clicking like you guys were that day, man, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, it is, because the thing about it is when your back is against the wall, you're going to come out swinging, or you're going to sit there and get swung on. I mean, it's just that simple. So when we were there in 1997, everybody was talking how bad he was. Everybody was talking all this crazy stuff. So we went out there in Arizona and said, we're gonna punch them square in the face. So if you got the Tennessee Titans right now, they need to have that same attitude. Come out and punch somebody in the face. I'm not saying actually swing at somebody. I'm talking about come out, be physical on defense, be physical on offense. But at the end of the day, your guys have to make plays. Your quarterback's got to make plays. Your offensive line has to protect. You got your defensive line that needs to put pressure on the quarterback. Those are the things that I want to see. And then in the secondary, you can't keep giving up explosive plays every single game. And I just think that they need to change some things.
Chris Sanders is with us. As a player, when the play caller calls in a trick play, how do you take that? Do you get excited about it, or you're like, man, I don't know if this is the right time? Like, because you know this, Chris.
Yeah.
If it works, you're the smartest person on the face of this earth.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you're an idiot.
Yeah. I like it when I'm a part of it, but if I'm not a part of it, like, man, what are we doing this for? And then the thing about it is, in practice, we work on that because it's situational ball. We call situational ball to where if we're running, sweep left and sweep right, then all of a sudden we get them going. We throw a pass backside. You have a trick play like that. If it works, you get excited. But at the end of the day, if that doesn't work, then you put your team back in the hole. But at the end of the day, hey, I love to see some trick plays.
But the thing I guess I'm asking is, like the Music City Miracle, for instance, I think Jeff said they worked on it every week.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I don't know. Come on, man. What are we talking about, Willis? Well, I didn't know it was called the home run throwback until we actually did it.
I don't think anybody did. Well, okay.
True story.
All right, but coaches will say like these are, like they run a play like that. It's like, oh, we work on this every week in case we need to use it. But you basically just answered my question for me, because how many guys are going to be like, yeah, we're never going to use this, and just kind of half step.
Yeah, because the thing about it is we work on it, in practice. We have our dirty dozen, the plays that we're going to run in the game, but then also we have about 6 or 7 trick plays. And I'm going to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to run it because there's some things in the games that happen to where it doesn't allow you to do it. You got to do it at the right time. And here's the cool part about the whole thing. You, as an offensive coordinator, you have to have a feel of what's going on in the game. And if you don't have a feel of what's going on in the game, you call a trick play and it'll blow up in your face. You got to understand the situation. You got to understand what's at hand. And you got to understand what the defense is doing. So it's not just calling a trick play. It's understanding, finding out the tendencies of the defense to make sure that works.
So here's my thing, though. I saw a game a few weeks ago. Offense is moving down the field really good, and they call a stupid trick play. And the receiver drops the ball handed to him, and it goes for a 21-yard loss.
I know.
My thing, if you're kicking and cruising on all cylinders, don't do a stupid trick play. Keep doing what works. If you're desperate, do it, because the team's thinking they'll never do this, and you do a trick play. But when things are working, don't pull out a trick play.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny that we're talking about this. I remember in year 2000, we were playing the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas. And we're just marching down the field, and Derek Mason's catching a pass. I caught one pass, and we're just grinding. Then all of a sudden, we call a trick play to try to throw it to Bruce Matthews, and we try to throw it to Bruce Matthews, and Mac throws an interception. So you see what I'm saying? So why not be like, okay, if we're at the 4-yard line, just run Eddie outside zone, just run Eddie inside zone, and hit him in the mouth. You just got to know when to run it. I'm gonna give you another example. When you're talking about running it at the right time. Look at when Philly was in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And it's called the Philly Special. Nobody expected it. Nobody even thought. But then all of a sudden you run the Philly Special and the defense is out of position. They score, win the game. You just got to know when to run it.
Right. And Doug Peterson, the Eagles coach, talked about they ran that play through practice.
Yes.
And it always worked. And the guys like, it's going to work. And they were stuck down the goal lines like, all right, how are we going to do this? Because New England knows what we're going to do. They called it, ran it. That was the perfect time to do that because you got to do a trick play with the element of surprise. Yeah, New England had no idea that was coming.
See, that's when they're running. But here's the great part about it is they've been running into practice over and over and over again. But the leader of your team went to the quarterback and said, "Coach, let's run the Philly Special." And the coach said, "Okay, I got you." And then that's when they ran it. Nick Foles. It was Nick Foles who, Foles.
Yeah.
They caught the pass. But he went to the coach and said, "Coach, that play we've been practicing in practice every single play. Coach, let's do it." Yep, and he said, "Okay, let's do it at the crucial part of the game," and that was the perfect time to do it. So, man, take hat off to your leader and take a hat off to your head coach.
Let me ask you. All right, you ran this play in practice with Bruce Matthews. Did y'all laugh? Because the guy is a massive, huge man.
I know. Yes, and he's hairy.
Hairiest man in America.
Oh, he's the hairiest guy in America. But we're running it in practice, and I'm like, man, what?
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Are you sure? Yeah, are you sure?
Did he always catch it in practice?
It was like fighting. It was like he had on 2 handcuffs trying to catch the football. But we ran it in the game, and on Christmas Day, the lights is on, and the offensive coordinator calls it, and Mac throws the interception because they're like, "This is awful." So it didn't work.
Holy cow!
Chris, who the Big Red got?
Man, we have CPA, man. Great team, great coach.
Yeah.
So they're hungry for a win. I think they're 1-5, but their record does not determine how they look. I mean, they're physical. They got a good quarterback, great receivers. We just got to go out there and play big, great ball, be physical, hit them in the mouth, and do what we do.
Well, good luck. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you as always joining us here on the program.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man.
Absolutely, Chris
Okay,
Sanders,
bye-bye.
forever Titans wide receiver, joining us here on the program as he always does. We'll react to some of that and some of the Titans reports coming out of practice. We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Did you know that September was Suicide Prevention Month? But for us on this show, it's every single day. We will talk about it every single day. Unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend or loved one who has suffered from depression and is no longer with us. For the last 2 years, we've been on a mental health mission on the Chase and Big Joe show. We tell you all the time that if you are struggling, please talk to someone. Talking to someone changed my life, and I want you to know it's there for you too if you need to get help. We have partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, a wonderful place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well, and it works. Plus, they have telehealth. It works. I'm telling you. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there will be a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. In the last 2 years, so many have reached out to us. Now we have a partner that cares about you. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. 1-888-508-8002. It's confidential, it's private, but we just need you to reach out. Listen, we tell you all the time how much we love you, and our world is a better place because you are here. We have so much to celebrate, and I want to go to your party when you make it through this and celebrate with you. I can't celebrate my success unless I celebrate your success. Please reach out. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and you'll see all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. Help is just around the corner, my friends. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
2-5 the game on this Friday. Titans will take on the Cardinals, and of course, Big Joe will be a part of the pregame show coming up at Twin Peaks in Madison this week. Looking forward to that.
Come on out and see it. It's packed in there. It's a lot of fun. There's like 1 billion TVs. Very cool.
The 29-degree beer, will, of course, and it's brought to you by Old National Bank and Circus Sportsbook, Kentucky, and it'll be Big Joe and I don't know.
Oh, TBA.
A mystery guest.
I like that. You know what's funny? People ask me all the time, but when I was asked, like when the draft was here in 2019, like, what fan base showed out? Like, was it the Packers or the Cowboys or who was here? I'm telling you, and Justin Beasley was with me through all this stuff during the draft. He can attest to this. There was one fan base, and if you equaled 31 other fan bases, would not have equaled this fan base in attendance in Nashville during the draft. I think I told you. Remember who it is? What fan base showed up more than anybody else? You could add all 31 fan bases together, would not equal this fan base who all showed up in Nashville during the draft.
Oh, the Bears.
Nope.
The draft?
The draft.
There
were more of this fan base than all other
Packers?
31 combined. No.
Browns.
Nope. I'm not. You're going to guess this, right? Tell you, because the same fan base shows up at Twin Peaks in massive numbers.
Steelers?
Nope.
Guess,
Dr. Crane, you can guess.
Raiders?
Close.
49ers.
49ers.
Huh.
I am telling you, there are more San Francisco 49er fans that showed up at the draft and in Middle Tennessee than any other fan base. I will die on that hill. I'm telling you right now, they were everywhere. They were fun. They were loud. They spent money, and they do the same when they come out to Twin Peaks, man. They are around. They love what happened last night in that game.
Oh yeah. Look, I watched I literally walked into my house. By the way, I have a small rant if I can tie this in. So I walk into my house and I had been listening to it on the radio, and I was like, "Oh, I want to see the finish," because it was right as McVay is, deciding what he wants to do. Good to see you, Sega. All right, thank you. But anyway, McVay's this is what we're dealing with over here. I love that you two were just like, "Oh, we'll be silent while he's sneezes."
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We don't want your cooties.
Yeah, well, that's why I stayed home. But anyway, I'm like, I'm gonna run in the house so I can see it. Well, it was on Amazon, so I have to turn the TV on. I have to go to the apps. I have to go into the app. It pops up and it does this ad, and I'm like, stop it. And then it's like, do you want to watch the game? And literally, as it loads, they're walking off the field shaking hands.
Oh no, you missed it.
So I missed it. And I was like, okay,
yes.
I have been one of those people that I'm like, I don't care. This is where it's going, streaming. But I'm like, this is the first time that I was truly pissed, because if it's on cable or network television, it's a simple turn the TV on and go to the channel, and you're there. And I wouldn't have missed it.
Oh yeah, but I thought you were Mr. Streamer. You said you
am.
rip me apart.
I am. I didn't rip you apart.
Called me an old man who can't go to download the Netflix app and the YouTube and all the other stuff. And yeah, came back to bite you, didn't it, buddy?
And look, it did. It did.
So let me real quick. They had a 4th down, and McVay, instead of kicking a field goal to tie it, went for the 1st down, right?
Yeah, because he didn't trust the kicker.
Okay. Don't blame him on that.
He didn't trust the kicker, because the kicker, didn't he miss 2 in the game?
I didn't see the game. I just saw that last drive down the field.
He had a bad kickoff, so he didn't trust the kicker. So and I watched the press conference, and he even said, they said, "Did you think about kicking?" He goes, "No, it's my fault. I'm mad at myself because that was a bad play call." And it was a bad play call.
He ran, and this drives me crazy, right in the teeth of the defense. Yeah. Scramble out, run outside, where instead of 9 guys waiting on you, it's you and your guy versus another guy.
Well,
that was a terrible call.
I like what the panel said. they all like Fitz, all of them said the same thing of why aren't you putting the ball in Puka Nakua's hands?
Yes.
Because, whether it's a jet sweep or a pass or whatever, put the ball in your best player's hands and not, a predictable run up the middle. And so and look, to McVay's credit, he kept saying like, I'm sick right now. This one's on me. I let those guys down. I called the wrong play. It was a bad play call. That's on me. So,
right. As I've told you many times, it's football. It's not rocket science. We don't have to complicate the game with these exotic, wonderful, amazing play calls. You know what works. Put the ball in the hands of the guys that make things happen. Roll Stafford out, get on the edge, something. But all too often we see that easy, lazy handoff up the middle where 9 guys are waiting on you. Good for San Francisco. They won the game. McVay's play call didn't lose it. They won the game. They made the play when they had to make the play. So all the 49er fans in Nashville, celebrate, baby. You earned it.
Real quick, Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in. Kenny, what you got?
Hello, good friends. Asking about that game, but first, it's a bad season for your football team when the most exciting segment of the week on radio is where are the slow traffic red lights.
The longest red lights.
Yep.
I mean, literally, you could not get through the other day. You could not text. You couldn't get through. And any other day, it's cricket.
Yep. You're right.
I do have to hand it to the Rams last night. That was a very hard road game for them.
I see what you did there. I was like, wait a minute.
Literally, if you watched it, that was over 50 to almost 60% 49er fans.
Crazy.
Listen, this is a sad thing to say. I'm going to predict it. After the second year of the new stadium, just about every home game is going to look like that in that.
Mm-hmm.
The second year?
How about the first game?
First year people will be excited, but it's just like it's coming. And I was thinking, do you think there are still 20 great home atmospheres in the NFL?
That is a really good question, Kenny.
Man, that's really good.
Because I only came up with about 13, so maybe y'all can work on that.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Kenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, we need to think about that. But coming up next, Preds Fest is tomorrow before their final preseason game against the Carolina Hurricanes. We're going to have some help talking about that. Jarek Elmazian, the director of marketing for the Predators, will tell us more about it. We'll talk to him coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. On this Friday, the Predators close out the preseason tomorrow against the Carolina Hurricanes. Max Hers will have pregame coverage for you at 2 o'clock. The puck drop just after 3 here on 102.5 The Game. But also going on, it's going to be Preds Fest, and it's going to be a lot of fun in Walk of Fame Park from 11 until 2 o'clock. And you can certainly go and check that out. It is free, which makes it the best part. And we're excited to have on a little help to talk about this right now. Jarek Elmazian, the director of marketing, to discuss this right now with us. Jarek, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. This is always a cool thing to kind of, it's the first, well, I guess we've had the first day of school, but this is kind of like the big kickoff to the regular season opening up next week. And I know there's going to be some alums there, including Ryan Ellis. That's going to be exciting.
That's right. The biggest party in Smashville is back. We're super excited to bring Preds Fest back to the fans. And like you mentioned, we got Ryan Ellis making his return to Smashville. He's going to be signing autographs from 1 to 2 o'clock in the park, as well as Hal Gill and Chris Mason, our broadcast team. So we have a number of different things going on. There'll be player appearances. We'll have live music from Nashville recording artists Danny Rose and Danny Warsnub. A lot of family-friendly activities. Bunch of things happening at Preds Fest this year.
Now, Preds fans need to go claim a free ticket, right?
That's correct. Yeah. If you don't have a ticket already, it's a completely free event. You just need to go to predsfest.com. You'll see a little button there where you can claim a free ticket, get yours, and get yourself ready for Preds Fest.
What are some other cool family-friendly things that are going to be going on?
Yeah. So we have a full-size roller skating rink out there this year with a DJ, so that'll be a lot of fun. We also have a custom hat activation where you can get a custom hat made. We'll have an inflatable obstacle course. We'll have custom friendship bracelets that you can make. So a lot of different, for the adults, we have a sampling garden with some of our beverage partners, Jack Daniel's, Surfside, Patron, Mick Ultra. So little something for everyone at Preds Fest this year. We're excited to welcome our entire fan base down to Walk of Fame Park on Saturday.
All right, we're talking to Eric. Is it El Macion? Is that I like, you got like a French twist to your name. Can I pronounce it like that, Eric?
Jarek.
Oh, you know what? I like that pronunciation.
Is it Jarek or Eric?
Jarek.
It's Jarek with a J. My parents didn't do me any favors with the hard to pronounce first name and last name, but
I think it's great. You sound like a Bond villain. I love it. I think it's the perfect name. As you know, Chase knows this, and so does Nick from the Preds. I can't pronounce names anyway, so we'll get through that. All right, so Jarek, thank you for this. Listen, from those in the past, this is a great event. It's going to be beautiful tomorrow and everything. You guys do such a great job of making a fan experience. How long have you been planning this out?
Oh man, pretty much as soon as the last one ended, which I know that kind of sounds a little ridiculous since it was the start of last season, but you know, we do a recap, we start laying the groundwork for it because we just want it to be the best event that our fans see all season. So
it's so well done. Now, what time, like if you need to get down there early, what's the time frame? I know the game's at 3 tomorrow, which you can hear right on 102.5 The Game. What time would you recommend families, everybody getting down there?
Yeah, we had quite the lines waiting to get in last year. I would get down there probably 30 to 45 minutes early. If you are already a season ticket holder, part of our Smashville Loyal, then you actually get first entry to the park. So we open the park just for Smashville Loyal at 10:45 through the 5th and arena entrance. There's 3 entrances to get into the park, but you're going to want to get down there early because there were long lines last year.
So I see here there's an opportunity to participate in a Hattie B's hot chicken eating contest.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Watching it last year, I don't know that I would do it because it does look a little tough. I mean, that Hattie B's chicken is hot, but yep, you can participate in the Hattie B's chicken eating contest. We're giving away prizes for that, and it was a great time last year. We also have another contest that we're doing on the side stage. It's a catfish reeling contest, so we're going to do that as well.
Oh, that's fans. Cool. Listen, I'd love to be in the Hattie B's hot chicken contest, but I don't feel like sitting in a creek for a week, so I'll pass on that one.
Exactly. Yeah, it's already going to be kind of warm out, so.
Jarek, having Ryan Ellis back, I want to go back to that's got to be really special because he spent so many years here and was such a fan favorite. I know fans have got to be excited to see him.
Yeah, it means a lot to our fan base. You know, we put it out there on our social media yesterday, I believe, and the response, the comments, and different things that we got back, it was almost overwhelming. I think our fans are excited to see Ryan Ellis back here in Smashville. So yeah, and we're happy to welcome him back as well.
And I know that the kids are going to be, and I think some adults, let's just be honest, including Joe, are going to be excited to have a photo opportunity with Nash from 1 to 1:30. He's going to be out and about.
That's right. That is actually exclusively for our Kids Club members. So if you are
cool.
a current, we just opened up our Kids Club membership for the 25-26 season. So we will have our Kids Club team at Preds Fest on site. If you purchase a Kids Club pack, then you get exclusive access to a meet and greet with Nash from 1 to 1:30.
That's right. Yeah, Chase. Look, Jared, can you do a favor? I want to see Chase in Nash's. Like Nash needs a buddy to walk around. I want to put Chase in that costume and watch him pass out after 15 minutes. I'll be able to breathe. And can we do that, Jarek?
I mean, I think we can arrange something. Yeah, I could see Nash wanting a break.
Well, he just needs like a little buddy. We need Nash needs a buddy.
Or a buddy, or yeah.
Like we could see if we can pull that off.
Well, you know, Scooby Doo had what? Scrappy Doo was his nephew, so Nash needs like a buddy with him.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking about that. Maybe, you know, like Nash, a buddy, or maybe a female counterpart. You never know.
Jarek, be honest. You're never going to call on this show again, are you, man?
No, you guys are great. I'd call in every week if they let me.
We just want a big crowd down tomorrow because I tell people all the time, you guys do these events so perfectly that everybody has fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you did not experience Preds Fest last year, it is a full-on festival. You know, we have a large stage, like I mentioned before, the music performances, the player appearances, all of our partner activations, all the different things going on. Like, it feels like you're stepping into a true festival that only Smashville can deliver.
Well, Jarek, we're looking forward to it. 11 to 2 tomorrow, Walk of Fame Park, before the preseason game against Carolina. Thanks so much for doing this today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. That is Jarek Almazian joining us here on the program to talk about Preds Fest. And again, you need to go to NashvillePredators.com and claim your free ticket. And you can go check it out tomorrow. So going to be a lot of fun.
So we got the email from our good friend Nick Barnowski at the Predators, who is a beautiful man, does a great job. And he gave us the phonetic spelling, right, of the name. And look at the email in parentheses. He says Jarek, and then it says like Eric.
Right, but I mean, I think because it rhymes with Eric.
So as dumb as I am, I'm thinking, oh, his name is Eric. So, Jarek, I'd like to apologize for being a complete idiot, but if you listen to the show, you know that's par for the course.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay. We still love you. I want to get into the Luke Evangelista stuff because we haven't really talked about it a lot. I thought that it might be done by now, and it's not. And there's a lot of reports around it, but I want to kind of give my 2 cents on that. So we'll do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
have to account for someone like Luke Evangelista and making the decisions, or is that just out of your control? You're not worried about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's out of our control, and we love Luke. We miss him, but that's we're just focusing on what we have right now. That's the external thing that we can't control. We hope it gets done. We can't wait to see him, but we have to get ourselves ready to play here for next Thursday. Today, like I said, with a smaller group, was much more intimate, and I really liked our practice today.
That was Andrew Brunette talking about the Luke Evangelista situation. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Friday. So basically the deal is he's a restricted free agent. He's not eligible for arbitration. And so they essentially have to get a deal done or trade him. And Barry Trotz has said he doesn't plan on trading him. They haven't asked for a trade. It's all kind of been, we're going to get this done. It'll be fine. But it hasn't gotten done yet. And there were different reports that the Predators originally offered a 2-year deal at, $1 million and then $2 million. And now there's $2.1 million that was thrown out there, and it's still not done yet. My thing is, Luke Evangelista is a good player. He's a young player, but he had a bad year last year. This is not the time to be, kind of trying to have leverage, because quite frankly, I just don't think he has leverage. And so I feel like, a 2-year deal is fair, paying him $2 million a year, $2.1 million a year, or even 1.5, I think is probably his range right now. So I just, I don't understand why they can't get this done. A few people have said two years at $3 million would probably get it done. I don't know what the holdup is here. I really don't. More on the player side than the Pred side.
So is he all right? I'm a fan. I'm not on the inside here.
Yeah.
Should he not play tomorrow if there's still?
Well, he's not playing. He's not here right now.
Or is he?
He's in Canada practicing on his own because he doesn't have a contract, so he's not with the team.
Well, you just answered my question for me. I'm like, if I'm in limbo and I play and I get injured, and you're not going to help me?
No.
Okay.
No, he's not with them right now.
See, that's why I ask questions. I don't assume anything. That's good then.
So he was making, his previous cap hit was close to $800,000 a year. So look, he deserves a raise, but I'm thinking like 1.5. Like take him up to one. So that would be a two-year, $3 million contract at 1.5 a year. That's kind of where I think he should be.
Is he worth that?
Yes. And I think he's potentially worth more, but he's got to prove it. And that's where I just don't understand this, because like last year, he played in 68 games. He had 32 points. That was down from, he played 80 games a year before at 21 years old with 39 points, 16 goals. He only had 10 goals last year. I mean, he has not lived up to his potential. And so that's why I don't think he really has the leverage here to be in this holdout for as long as he's been in it.
I don't know. I can't add it. I just know he's a handsome dude on the. I just know that. That's all I know, man.
Yeah.
If he's needed to be out there, sign him, get him out there. If not, I mean, I'd love to have hair like that. That's all I know.
Dustin in Hopkinsville said that the whole team had a bad year last year. That's true, but when you're in a contract year, they're only looking at you. So I would look at, and Barry Trotz, when we talked to him a few weeks ago, was kind of like, we hope we're going to get it done. We're just, we're not on the same page yet.
That was 2 weeks ago. We talked to Trotz. I got the impression it's kind of like, we're good. We're going to go on if he's here or not, and that's, sometimes you got to be stoic in your agreements and stoic in your proposal. And so if they don't feel like he's at that price, good. Don't be dumb about it.
Yeah. I mean, and I think there's some Preds fans that are kind of like blaming the Predators and thinking that they should get this done. And I think it's, obviously the Preds have to prove some things right now because their last year was so bad. But don't get again, I like Luke Evangelista. I think he's a good player, but this is not a guy that I'm willing to overpay. Like Skylar just says, the cap just went up. Pay the kid $2.5 a year and get him in. He's a young goal scorer. We need him. I'm going to disagree with you, Skylar. Like he hasn't proven that he can do that on a consistent basis. He has 33 goals in his career, and he's played 172 games.
Is he under contract? Again, another dumb question. So he's under contract, right? So he should
He
be
is
here?
not. No, he is that. This is where it gets weird.
Okay.
He is what you call a restricted free agent, which means he can only negotiate with the Predators.
All right.
Now, he could have been offer sheeted. Technically, he wasn't. And that means depending on how much the contract was, there would have been compensation. But he's also not eligible for arbitration either. So he doesn't have a ton of leverage. So he kind of needs to, if he wants to play this year, he kind of needs to kind of take what he can get and or request a trade, which Barry has no obligation to trade him either. And so if this is not done by December 1st, he doesn't play this year, but then they go and they do the whole song and dance all over again next year because he'd be your RFA again. He's 22 or 23. So I mean, he's, he does that. That's why this is so puzzling to a lot of people. And I know it's easy for Preds fans to kind of be like, we'll just pay him and move on. But I think Barry needs to set an example. I understand why he's not doing that because he's not worth 2.5 a year right now. He hasn't earned that, in my opinion. If they settle on 2 per year, I don't love that, but okay. But I think that's what this is, you regressed, if you're being honest, and you're asking for more money than we think you have earned at this point. And that's where they're at. So I'm kind of like, hey, pay them. They've earned it. But I can't say that in this situation.
But hey, Preds Fest tomorrow. Go down and have fun.
Yep, exactly. One more. Dustin says he is young. We need youth, but he needs to do more to get more. He's one you could let go and be okay with. However, I feel this team needs young, good players. It would hurt if he went elsewhere and scored 25 to 30 a year.
Because that's the same thing with the Titans, right? And the Preds, they go elsewhere and they're like all pro, all stars.
Yeah.
All that happens.
Brandy asks if a team can still offer sheet him. I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that question, but I'll find out.
So with him is the team worse off without him?
I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, I yes and no. I mean, I think there's untapped potential there, but I think there's, I don't know. It's like I think right now they got enough young. I think you could put Kimmel in there and you might get the same thing right now, based on what I've seen. And plus, he's missed all of camp. So now, if he can, if they get this done at the 11th hour and he comes in and scores 30 goals this year, then good on him. But you gotta kind of prove it a little bit. And I think that's what Barry Trotz is looking at.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah, because I think, as Skylar just said, I didn't like Novak getting a 4-year deal, and I think Evangelista is better. So 2.5 is a deal in my mind, but I could be wrong. I think the Predators totally overpaid Novak, and they were lucky to trade that. And we'll see what happens there. But just something to pay attention to for sure. We'll come back with more in hour number 3. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Friday. Hope you're having a great day so far. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos and doing a great job. We reset our question of the day, JoJo. It's very simple with the Vanderbilt-Alabama game.
Yeah, and it is. What's your prediction on Vanderbilt, Alabama? Who wins? But don't just give us a score. Tell us why. We had a lot of response in the first hour, but 615-737-1025. Let us know who you think is going to win tomorrow and why. And we were commenting during our chat, Chase, about Diego Pavia came out and said, I don't know if it's today or last night, said, if we stick to our game plan, we win running away. That's the massive. It was a huge banner on ESPN just about 30 minutes ago. They're all talking about it. They're all loving the cockiness. But like they said, that's great to talk, but you got to prove it on the field Saturday at 2:30, man. But I love it.
Here's the quote.
Love it.
This is from On3. Quote, I don't know what they're doing. I just focus on us, but I know we've got to bring it. That's for sure. The crowd, I think, is going to be a big factor in the game. But we just got to play within the white lines. If we do that, if we play our game, it won't be close.
Honestly, when's the last time a Vanderbilt Commodore quarterback had that much bravado and said that before a game? I love it, man. They might get beat 50-0. Then we'll laugh about it next week. But right now, it's great, man.
I love it. Now he's got to back it up. But here's the thing. Diego Pavia has talked the talk since he got here, and he's walked the walk. So, he's kind of earned, in my opinion, that right to be able to talk a little bit of that smack. But now if they go down and lose 35-0, then it's going to come back on him. But, I don't see that happening. I said Vandy would win 42-38.
37-34 in overtime, Alabama. But again, I'm always wrong. So, Vandy fans, you want that. Regardless, the hype for this game has been next level, and I think it's fascinating. I love all this just because of they could actually win this game. That's the best part about this.
Oh, right. And we've never, like last year, let's remember last year, we joked on that Friday of, yeah, it's not going to happen. But, if it does, that goalpost needs to end up in the Cumberland, and 24 hours later,
oh my God,
the goalpost was in the Cumberland.
We were all texting each other like, "Oh, are you watching this?"
Like, this is happening.
And then the live cam started showing everybody going down Broadway. I'll never forget a text I got from another college coach that was off that weekend after that first drive. He said, "I'll never forget." He's like, "Oh my God, Vanderbilt is blowing them off the ball. Alabama doesn't want to be there." I'm like, "Yeah, that's still 59 minutes to go." And boy, was he right. I mean, Vanderbilt just took the fight to them the entire time. And look, Alabama had a chance to stop Vanderbilt in the fourth on that last drive, and Vanderbilt converted. They just didn't quit. So hopefully, if you're a Vandy fan, you see more of that tomorrow. Because look. Let me ask you this: who has the pressure tomorrow?
I think Bama.
All the pressure is on Bama tomorrow. All of it.
Because. And I don't really want to have this discussion yet. It's not the end of the world if Vandy loses.
Yeah.
It is if Bama loses.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because two losses and one loss are two very different things right now. So that's something to consider. Tommy says on our text line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com, 615-737-1025, Alabama by 20 or more. Pavia is putting billboard material, and Bama will play pissed off for overlooking them last year. Brandy says Alabama will win because of bulletin board material. Roll Tide. It will be like a field goal winning close, but Bama wins.
Okay. I like it. I give us the analysis of what you think is going to happen, because you just throw a score out there and people are like, same old Vandy. Well, it might be. It might be the same old Vandy tomorrow in Tuscaloosa, but I'm telling you, man, this could be the top of the world for Pavia, but if they just go and shut him down and win 40-0, it could be a different narrative we're speaking of Pavia come 36 hours from now.
Oh, without question. I mean, if they win tomorrow, they move into the top 10, I think, and he is. I don't know if he'd be the front runner, but he would be in the conversation for the Heisman.
Who I don't know. I think there's some dude at Ohio State, maybe
Yeah.
a few other players, but I mean, who is? Look, a lot of this is about the swagger,
Right.
and now you back it up, and now you become the underdog. I think Pavia moves to the top. I really, really do. If they win tomorrow, and he's crucial in that performance of helping Vanderbilt win, I think he moves to the top.
I would love to see it. I mean, he certainly should. Here, I'm going to look right now on some of the apps to see where he's at, because I haven't looked in a while.
Yeah, I think the Ohio State quarterback, it might be up there, and but there's a lot of moving pieces and parts, and the fact halfway through a season we're talking about a Vanderbilt player in the Heisman Trophy at the same time.
So Dante Moore from Oregon is the favorite. Ty Simpson is second. Jeremiah Smith third. Carson Beck, Trinidad Chambliss, Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, Julian Sayin, and then Diego Pavia are the same odds at plus 1,700. He's moved up. Hey, there's another guy that's the same odds with Pavia and Sayin. Joey Aguilar. They've moved ahead of Marcel Reed, though, which is interesting.
I mean, Aguilar's good, but a lot of this has to depend on. I mean, right now they've lost a game. I mean, they're 4-1. Vanderbilt's 5-0. You knock off Alabama at Alabama. I think you're elevated over Aguilar, over Marcel Reed, over everybody else.
Well, it's changed a lot every week. I mean, so I wouldn't disagree with that. Air Metal Henry says, if Vandy wins tomorrow, I will write in Diego Pavia for president of the United States in 2028.
He's got to be 35, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hair Metal Henry. Also, there's a game tomorrow.
We'll make an exception. He's a great guy. Do a good
There's
job.
a game tomorrow. Florida State and Miami are playing, right? Now, it's not an SEC game, but I looked this up. And you talk about games that are impactful. The 1987 Florida State versus Miami game, Chase, featured a record how many future NFL players, how many were drafted into the NFL on the 87 Florida State versus Miami game? How many NFL players were drafted? This is according to Google and the AI, so it's accurate, I would think, where it's recognized as the most future NFL players to appear in a single college football game. How many guys were drafted from that team, from those two teams?
20.
Dr. Crane, you want to take a stab at this?
18.
56 guys.
Good Lord.
Were drafted off the 1987 Miami Florida State football teams that Miami won that year in Tallahassee when the field goal was wide right. 56 players drafted. I know one comes in like Dion is on that team and a few of the guys, but 50, I mean, you talk about talent. Good Lord, man. There were 10 first-round picks and 2 future Pro Football Hall of Famers on that team, on those teams. So
Michael Irvin was one, right?
Michael Irvin, you're right. Dion, I mean, you just go on and on. The Blades brothers, on and on with everything. And those two teams play again tomorrow down at Tallahassee with Florida State looking for a little redemption after losing Virginia. And can Miami prove that they're up there? No, Carson Beck, if they can win tomorrow at Florida State, he does well. He's another name that's elevated in the Heisman race alongside if Pavia gets it done. But the good thing about this all, it's all going to play itself out. All these guys got still big games ahead and going on. And for Vanderbilt, what they got Alabama, bye week, LSU at Texas, Auburn, Missouri. I mean, so there's more chances that Pavia could be elevated or they could lose and be knocked down. But the great thing is
they could go 0-5.
Yeah.
I mean, like
exactly.
Anything
really could.
Anything could happen. I mean, they could start out 5-0 and then do the next at 0-5 and be 5-5. I mean, look, I don't think that's going to happen, but it certainly could.
Well, you remember the 05 Vandy team when started out 4-0 and they played middle.
Yep.
And Vanderbilt lined up for an easy field goal to win the game, and middle blocked it. And then Vandy, I think, lost 7 straight. Then they went to Knoxville and beat Tennessee in 05 and finished 5-7. But anything can happen, man, on any given Saturday, Chaser.
It's funny that 05 game against Vandy and Tennessee up in Knoxville. There's a player for Tennessee that I remember that I think that was kind of like he really came on the scene, and that was Arian Foster.
Yeah, he'd have been on that team. That's correct.
Yeah, but he had a big game for what I remember.
He did. And also, if you want to see a warrior in that game, watch that fourth quarter and pay attention to Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out of Jay Cutler in that football game. I mean, they beat him to death, and he stood there and delivered and took shots and led him down the field on the drive, hit Earl Bennett in the end zone, and Vanderbilt won. That's when Cutler became like a really good quarterback to an elite one, because he stood in there and took those shots on what was really not a great Vandy football team, but that drive in the fourth quarter to beat UT was something else.
I remember they showed Fulmer after the game, and that was just kind of like the defeat on his face,
because they hadn't lost to Vandy since '82.
Yeah,
so that's 23 years, and then you lose in Knoxville. It was a bad year anyway for the Vols. They didn't get to a bowl game, and
that's right. It kept them out of a bowl game.
Kept them out of a bowl game. Showed it.
Because that was always something he could hold over another, one thing he could hold over majors was that, because it was 82 majors.
82 was majors.
Yeah. So
show was. And also, I don't think he ever lost to Kentucky, if my memory is correct.
I think you're right.
Maybe in 08 they did. But anyway, you just look, that's a great thing about this. We talk about it. We get to see these guys in action on Saturday. Can they get the job done? And Vanderbilt goes down to Tuscaloosa and see what they could do. I mean, this is a defining moment in Vanderbilt football history tomorrow.
Al says, hell, I thought Pavia was already 35.
He's played forever.
I know. 615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe on a Friday. 1025 the game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Friday. Couple of Predators roster notes that have just come down. The Predators have sent forward Zach LaRue and defenseman Tanner Molendyk to Milwaukee of the AHL. Molendyk, not super surprised because he missed a ton of time with injury. LaRue, a little surprised on that, but kind of thought he was going to make it, but he also has missed some time. And it kind of looks like Ozzy Weisblatt may have beat him out of a roster spot, at least at this point.
What's that guy's name?
Zach LaRue?
No, the other Ozzy?
Ozzy.
Ah, hell
Ozzy
yeah.
Weisblatt.
I like that.
And another thing to point out, thank you, Max, is that Ozzy would need to clear waivers. LaRue does not. So sometimes that makes a difference.
Okay.
So now 25 players, 15 forwards, 8 defensemen, 2 goaltenders going into the final preseason game tomorrow against Carolina. So that's where things sit.
Nice.
Thank you for that analysis. Good job.
I'm a fan. Just put a team on the ice, let them, beat some ass, win some games, and let's go. Let's do this.
Well, I think they'll be doing that. So, and also Titans notes in the what they got here after practice. No JC Latham again, and I think maybe Tajay Spears might be good to go.
So JC's been out since the first game, right? He played that game against the Broncos, and we haven't seen him since because he got hurt in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Something else, man. That's your first round pick. Contributing. I mean, there's just, so many factors involved in this. And yeah, sometimes you got to give Callaghan a pass for some of this, but he continues to not know what he's doing with the play calling and not knowing what to do and not knowing the rules, things that have nothing to do with draft choices and players. So, this could be an epic disaster Sunday in Arizona.
To me, there's no doubt it's going to be an epic disaster this Sunday in Arizona. It just, until they prove me otherwise, there's just no thinking that there won't be.
Oh man.
So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, now you got to work in another tackle in there. The tackle's been terrible. Dan Moore's been terrible. Is Zeitler on the injury report? Is he going to play?
I think so. I haven't seen the full injury report yet. This is just what Callaghan said.
Or is he just going to stand there when Cam Ward gets his head taken off and not do anything? I still got a problem with him not defending your quarterback.
And he's got a problem with you.
Good, because I'll defend my quarterback. Well,
Will you cry when you do it? That's my quarterback.
They're like, well, the fine $17,000. When you're making $9 million a year and you can't defend your quarterback. That's the thing with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA, getting the hell beat out of you and nobody's standing up for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you not come to the defense of your quarterback? And Zeitler's fat ass is just standing there staring at him when he gets a shot to the head. I would be on the field, and what do you think Taylor Lewan would have done? Think about some of these guys, Ben Jones, some of these guys who hate to lose. They'd have been on the field in a heartbeat. That's just ridiculous. Go back and watch that play. Go back and watch Cam Ward when Al Bundy Shire hits him in the head, and they just stand there. They're standing there.
I know.
There's no passion on this football team. My goodness.
Bring gas.
Part of it, right? If you're getting beat, okay. But if you're getting beat, you show me no passion and fire, that devastates me. Go out fighting. Go out and do something and play your tail off. Show me something. So far, I've seen nothing.
So here's an interesting, Thomas on a car phone says, good afternoon, guys. I heard that this Sunday there will be 9 NFL starting quarterbacks that also started at Oklahoma. Kind of wild. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Is that right?
Here we go. Thank you. All right. Baker.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Spencer Rattler.
Yep.
Kyler Murray.
Yep.
That's 4.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Yep.
5. Oh my goodness. Where does this go?
Did all right, so we're at 5.
This is good stuff. I
Jalen
like
Hurts.
I counted him.
He said Hurts.
Bills, Dolphins, Jets.
Did Dylan Gabriel go there before?
That's correct.
Okay,
Before
so that's
Oregon.
6.
That's 6. Holy cow. This is this accurate? A quarter of the quarterbacks starting went to Oklahoma.
All right, so we're at 6. Trying to think.
Nix, Mahomes, no. Herbert,
I feel like there's a
no.
big one we're missing.
Herbert, no. Who's the Raider? Geno Smith did not go there. If you go to the AFC South, Daniel Jones, Cam Moore didn't go there. CJ Stroud did not go there.
Did Mahomes go there before Texas Tech?
Did not.
Okay.
He's the reason Baker ended up
Yeah,
at
that's right. That's where I'm getting that from.
Oklahoma. Yeah. Mac Jones didn't go there. Stafford didn't go there. Oh my gosh. We're working as hard on this as we ever worked on any project in college. Looking at our staff back there getting it done. Caleb Williams not starting quarterbacks too as well. Is our great text line
starting quarterbacks right now. Yeah.
No, this Sunday.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody. We said Gabriel. Everybody's saying Gabriel. All right. We got 6.
Drake May did not. Josh Allen did not. Tagovailoa did not. Who's the Jets quarterback? Justin Fields did not. I think we might have hit the wall with 6.
I don't know. I mean, there's going to be some, but we're going to go, huh?
Carson Wentz starting for the Vikings because McCarthy's out.
Lamar was at Louisville the whole time, right?
Yep. Did Jordan Love go to Oklahoma or was it Utah State? Utah State only. Okay.
It was Utah State.
Well, that takes care of the AFC. NFC. Mariota was
Jaden Daniels.
Nope. He was
Arizona State and then LSU.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's out anyway because Mariota's still playing. Michael Penix Jr. did not. Baker did. Rattler did. Carolina, Bryce Young's a quarterback there. He did not. He went to Alabama. I think it's 6.
Yeah, I think it's just 6. That's what a lot of people are saying.
All right, good. A wild goose chase here trying to figure out who's playing this week.
Every starting quarterback from Oklahoma from 2015 to 2023 will start in the NFL this weekend, according to the Sporting News. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams, Dylan Gabriel.
Okay. 6, 9.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right, man.
Dyslexia. Who cares?
Flip. That's
Right.
all right, though. It's a great conversation because you know what's crazy? For many years, one school had more starting quarterbacks in the NFL than the other school, and it was Maryland. They had like Boomer. It was crazy. It was how many like had gone on and played. It was like Boomer, Frank Reich, Neil O'Donnell. I mean, there were some others. It was crazy stat for years. Maryland led in that category for quarterbacks. But I like that. So 6 Oklahoma.
Well, and I actually think the Bears are on a bye week. so it'd be 5.
So 5. All right. Still, it's good. I mean, think about all that. That's right there. That's the portal and transfer system
Yep.
that goes on. I'm telling you, man, Baker Mayfield's story, because he walked on at Texas Tech, and then Mahomes came, beat him out, then he walks on in Oklahoma and becomes a Heisman Trophy winner, and now he's doing great with the Bucs. He's a great story. I mean, that is just a story of not quitting and keeping it going. The same with Joe Burrow. I mean, he was at Ohio State, like, you transfer, but you're not going to do anything. Goes to LSU, leads possibly the greatest offensive football college team of all time in 2019. I tell you, when they tell you no, all it is not yet.
Not yet. 615-737-1025. It's our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Hey, look, we love wild goose chases and trivia, so keep that coming.
We do. Did you get raptured, Chase?
Nope, I sneezed. I was about to sneeze again.
Bless you.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
bless you, buddy.
Yeah. So that was fun. We'll have more coming next, including maybe look around at some of the other college games that are intriguing. We'll do that next. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Friday. It's Friday. We've made it. We've been talking about it. Alabama and Vanderbilt tomorrow. Coverage begins at 1 on 94.9 The Fan. Kickoff at 2:30. Brought to you by Gary Force Acura, Jimmy Kelly Steakhouse, and Smoky Mountain Tops.
I said earlier, right? Just get the app if you're out and about for the game tomorrow.
Yep. Get the app. You can listen on that. It's very easy. The Game Nashville app, and you can hear all 3 stations.
I have
right
it.
There.
Listen all the time. So if you're on the road and out of pocket and want to listen to the Vanderbilt game, bingo, you got it for tomorrow. Now, I mean, what are your thoughts tomorrow? I know you predicted Vanderbilt to win, but honestly,
I do. I'm all in. They win. I think they go in tomorrow. I think this is a different Vanderbilt team. I think that people are having a hard time separating that they are, now a true contender, and I think they compete well. I think it's close, but I think they win.
I think, I still think Bama wins barely, but I think my idea, my mind was swayed by when we talked to Muschamp on Tuesday about this Vanderbilt team. I was like, you think they got a shot? And he broke down about the veteran leadership and Clark Lee, and just how Clark Lee is taking the identity of this team, taking the identity of him, of just going out, calculated, playing hard. And I know Pavi is like the one, what do you call that? The one sheep who gets away from the flock. You got to go get, like, stay in line, because he's out there running his mouth. But look, why not?
Yeah.
Back it up. If you don't win, then Alabama can talk smack all day long about how they shut him up. We welcome that. But at the same time, if he wins, and Vanderbilt fans, I expect you to be obnoxious as hell tomorrow night. If you win,
oh, absolutely,
stand on top of the hill and beat your chest, man.
Yep, absolutely. We got a handful of games tonight. Western plays tonight against Delaware.
Ooh, where's that game?
Delaware.
They'll be up there in 2 weeks.
Yep. So that's a big Conference USA matchup. Charlotte goes to South Florida. New Mexico at San Jose State. And the big one tonight, West Virginia at BYU, 4-0 and 1-0 in the Big 12, and then Colorado State and San Diego State.
That's just crazy that West Virginia BYU is a Big 12 game.
It's just weird.
I mean, they are nowhere near each other.
Nowhere.
But good. I mean, that's a big game for both those schools, and why not? I mean, it's my goodness. It's like last week when USC. People bitching about USC going up to Illinois. People complaining about, it's a 9 a.m. start, and when you joined the Big Ten, you knew that was going to happen.
Kentucky tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Kentucky, Georgia. You can see that one. That's a big SEC game on ABC. Right. Iowa State at Cincinnati. The big noon kickoff on Fox, Wisconsin at Michigan. You remember the other day I was trying to think of Barrett Sallee, and he said 3 coaches would get fired, and I couldn't remember the other one. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin.
So it was Napier, Fickell, and
Dilfer.
All right.
I could see. I mean, look, Wisconsin's not good. We saw them firsthand. They're not good. They're not a good team.
Nope.
Illinois takes on Purdue. Boston College, Pitt, Clemson, and North Carolina in a battle of just woof.
Yeah, you thought that game would get more talk, but since the Belichick train has derailed,
and so is the Clemson train.
Clemson's
1-3.
Oh my gosh!
Could you imagine? I mean, oof. Kansas State, Baylor, Air Force, and Navy. Yeah, UAB plays Army. And it's at home. Army's 1-3, and Army is a 6.5 point favorite.
Army running that wishbone, baby. It's hard to stop. There might be 100 people at that UAB game tomorrow.
Maybe.
What time's that game?
That game is at 11.
Okay. Well,
on ESPNU.
They can go to that game and go watch Alabama get beat by Vandy.
2:30. That slate of games. Penn State, UCLA on CBS. That's in Pasadena. Texas and Florida on ESPN. Texas is only a 5.5 point favorite, but
I'd love to see Florida beat Texas. And that would just shut up it's gone now with the Arch Manning Heisman. We could flush that down the toilet.
Did you see who ESPN had on talking about that game?
I sure did. And I almost turned the TV off.
Really? You didn't want to hear what old Vinny Young had to say?
Who?
Vinny. I don't know why I called him Vinny, but Vince Young.
Oh, no. You know, my bad. They had Jimbo on talking FSU Miami. My bad.
No.
Yeah.
Vince Young.
I like Vince.
Vince Young was talking about it. Vanderbilt is now an 11.5 point dog.
So it's going back up.
Yep. Boise Notre Dame's an intriguing game. 2:30 on NBC.
Notre Dame just put the beat down on Arkansas last week.
Yeah. I think they're back. I think they're back.
What's the spread?
20.5.
Yeah, I think they roll over Boise.
Virginia, fresh off that big win, goes to Louisville.
Huge game. Both undefeated in conference.
Yep. Louisville, a 6.5 point favorite at home. Washington and Maryland in a historic Big Ten matchup.
God, is that at Maryland?
Yeah.
God, travel all the way across the country. My goodness.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one. Kind of looking through some of these others. Anything pops out? Michigan State, Nebraska. It's a sneaky one at 3:00. Nebraska, 12.5 point favorite at home.
Is that at? Oh, okay. Yeah.
You brought up Butch earlier. They host Texas State.
That's a Sunbelt game. I think
that is a.
Then I think Texas State zips off to the Pac-12 or something next year.
Yep. Got another Fun Belt game at 5:00. Coastal and Old Dominion.
Oh, nice.
Texas Tech, Houston. That'll be a fun one tomorrow night.
What's the drama at Texas Tech? I need to read up on this.
I don't know.
Quarterback, they got all this NIL money, and the quarterback is playing or is not playing, and just a lot of drama involved right now with the Red Raiders.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up too. A couple more. Minnesota, Ohio State's the big one on NBC tomorrow night. Miami, Florida State on ABC. SEC Network has the 4-1 Mississippi State Bulldogs at Kyle Field against the 4-0 Texas A&M Aggies.
They'll put up a good fight. They're not going to get it done.
Tough place to play.
Yeah, I think they'll go 4-2, but a strong 4-2.
You've doubted them all year. Sorry.
At the beginning.
On Fox, you got Colorado at TCU. Could be a good one. Kansas at UCF. Tulsa goes to Memphis. And Joe, I know you have been looking forward to this one. Historic ACC matchup tomorrow night as Duke travels to Berkeley to take on Cal.
Holy cow. I'm always fascinated because the equipment van probably left back in June to get out to the West Coast.
You know what? I'm going to watch that one. It's a 9:30 game on ESPN.
Heck yeah.
A Duke 2.5 point favorite. And then you got Nevada at Fresno. Well, but I like that. Duke and Cal to cap it all off. A little ACC after dark.
Always fun.
Let's take a couple calls real quick. Michael, what you got?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Right before I get to Vanderbilt, I'll just say that Florida-Texas game, that might set the quarterback position all the way back to the Stone Age. Flagway versus Manning, that's going to be rough. But anyway, with Vanderbilt, I have full confidence that we can beat Alabama. I think we're going to. And if that happens, I think that this is my bold prediction for the rest of the season. We're going to go into Knoxville 11-0, the chance to have an undefeated season going into UTK. First time we'd ever have double-digit win season to begin with in the history of the school. But I think that we have a good chance because the rest of the schedule, very beatable teams, LSU, Texas, Missouri, Auburn, and Kentucky. I think it's possible. I think we're going to do it.
All right. Appreciate the call, Michael.
I love the confidence, Michael.
Trey wants to weigh in on Vandy real quick. Trey, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. My question is, so I'm a lifelong Vandy fan, and I've seen us get, crapped on for the entirety of my life because we've been terrible forever. And so even when we have like flares of decent teams, it's just like, it's Vandy, right? Like they're never going to like be really anything. Like good for them, but it's not like they're going to keep this up or do anything like build on this, which has historically been correct. So my question is, how long do they have to, or what is the parameter? Do they have to see success before they stop getting treated like same old Vandy and start getting some nods as like a legitimate SEC team? Because they play the big dogs, they at least play the SEC teams every single year. And there's teams out here like Notre Dame who get ranked as if they're going to be world beaters, or Florida State, or some of these other teams that just like, sometimes they're good, but often they're not. And they just always get the nod from like history. So how long does Vandy have to be decent before they're going to start getting any benefit of the doubt when it comes to rankings and spreads and things like that?
Thanks, Trey. That's a really good question.
Question.
This is the answer that I will give. It could start tomorrow if you've now beaten Alabama 2 years in a row, including a win at Tuscaloosa. I think that will help the conversation. But people are going to still say, all right, you got to keep showing me. So if they, let's say, go, 10-2 in the regular season this year, that then people are going to start to notice. But then remember the other day I said that's next year's problem.
Yeah.
You got to do it without Pavia then.
But you got to do it over all the teams he named, Florida State, Notre Dame. I mean, they're historic programs.
Yeah.
And you're not. And that's okay. But you got to earn it. You got to be what Tom Brady says a lot of people aren't willing to do to be successful. You got to be consistent.
But would you not agree though, if they reload next year after no Pavia, no Stowers, I think Cheryl would have one more year, but who knows, losing a lot of those key guys, but then they reload and do it again, then that's saying something.
I think what you said at the beginning of this was perfect because it was very simple. You beat Alabama again when they're expecting you.
Yeah.
When they're expecting a dogfight. Last year, Alabama wasn't expecting a dogfight, and you beat them down there. You change a lot of the narrative tomorrow. This time at 6 o'clock Saturday, you could change a lot of that. Now, you're still going to go out and be consistent and win games, but you can say, hey, remember when Vanderbilt knocked off Bama, pretty good Bama team back-to-back, and it goes tomorrow. Just got to win tomorrow, baby. It's that simple.
Just win, baby. Real quick, Titans injury report is out. The only additions, James Lynch is questionable. Ridley is questionable. Spears, Kevin Winston Jr., questionable. And then the guys that Mike Brown, Hance, J.C. Latham, and Bryce Oliver are all out.
Good Lord.
So there you go. That's the Titans injury report. We'll come back, wrap it up with what day is it and celebrity birthdays and the mashup. That's all next. 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Friday. Let's move fast and furious and get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right. First on the list, gentlemen, we have Caramel Custard Day. So if you like caramel custard, have some of that. National Soft Taco Day. And to wrap it up, National Denim Day. So some good stuff.
Pretty quick there. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2. Our first birthday today. Chase, you go first. How old is Chubby Checker?
I didn't know he was still alive. 92.
88.
84.
Wow.
Dr. Crane, you go first. Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue. How old is Tommy Lee?
73.
64.
63. Chase is up 1-0. Chase, you go now. How old is, come on, computer. How old is Gwen Stefani?
54.
49.
56. Chase, you're up 2-0. Dr. Crane, you go next. How old is actress Neve Campbell?
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell. She was in all the Scream movies.
Party of 5.
Neve.
Am I going first?
No, Dr. Crane.
48. Sorry.
That's a good guess. 49.
52. How old? Neve. I'm sorry. I knew better than that. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm going down. My computer's being slow today. All right. Hey, man, you guys doing okay? Talk amongst yourselves. Actor, singer, Ashley Simpson. Chase, you go. Jessica's sister, Ashley Simpson.
37.
41.
41 exactly. Tied
nice.
at 2-2. Dr. Crane, you go now. How old is singer guitar player Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac?
60.
80.
76. Chase, you go. Blues singer, Nashville resident Keb Mo.
52.
50.
74. From whose line is anyway? And he was in Star Wars. He was a voice in Star Wars. Dr. Crane, you go. Actor, comedian Greg Proops.
73.
60.
66. Chase, you go. Actor Clive Owen.
58.
59.
61. Dr. Crane's got the lead, 3-2. Dr. Crane, you go. Singer Kevin Richardson of the Backstreet Boys.
51.
50.
54. 3-2. Oh, we got 3 left. Chase, you go first. How old is Dave Winfield?
71.
81.
74. Dr. Crane, you go. We're down to 2. Dr. Crane's up 3-2. How old is former Red Sox A's reliever Dennis Eckersley?
68.
67.
71. Our final birthday, Chase, you get to go first. How old is golfer Fred Couples?
63.
64.
He is 66. Dr. Crane with the win. The very rare win, 4-2. Well done.
Well
Thank you very
done.
much.
Well done, Dr. Crane. Let's get to the mashup real quick.
Well, just a big, huge party. Sorry.
Hey,
Big O.
look, Cam Ward has said we asked. We're allowed to say it now, okay?
Calvin Ridley's the first player on Titans history that his injury report is the same as his ability to catch passes. Very questionable if he can catch a pass over the middle.
So
it's
I
funny
wonder,
because it's true.
Go see Sega. All right, thank you. But anyway, McVay's this is what we're dealing with over here. I love that you two were just like, oh, we'll be silent while he's
Bless you.
If you're bored, look into it. It's better when you take gummies and read this. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, isn't everything better?
I think so, right? Even the Titans can be a little bit better with that. Come on, man. That Eric?
Jarek.
Oh, you know what? I like that pronunciation.
Is it
like
Jarek or Eric?
Jarek.
It's Jarek with a J. My parents didn't do me any favors with the hard to pronounce first name and last name, but
I think it's great. You sound like a Bond villain. I love it. I think it's the perfect name.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
This is Mr. Goldfinger. How do you do?
How do you do?
So as dumb as I am, I'm thinking, oh, his name is Eric. So, Jarek, I'd like to apologize for being a complete idiot. But if you listen to the show, you know that's par for the course.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay. We still love you. Tulsa goes to Memphis. Man. Oh, well done, Dr. Crane. As always, that is going to do it for us.
Hey, the weekend is here to our guys out there. Again, a simple message that we love you. If you are struggling, please talk to someone. There are avenues out there for your help. Our world is a better place because you are here. Do something good for yourself this weekend. It's not selfish. It's deserving. Know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. And I just got 2 words for you. Anchor down. DVD is next.